Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a very warm welcome. Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji is so very delighted, so very happy being amidst the great saint and sages also of Sri Valmiki Ji. And when he asked him, where should I stay? The places where Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji had to stay is being explained in the 14 houses where we saw few of them. Shravanendriya, Chakshurendriya, Ghranendriya, Vagendriya, ityadi Valmiki Ji is saying. In the 129th verse where we are going through, we will chant the verse again, the Chaupai again and the Doha, and then continue from where we had left yesterday. We will chant the entire Chaupai again. In fact, 128, 129, 130 has to be by-hearted and chanted regularly, having understood what it is. That is very important. All right. I would definitely recommend that 128, 129, 130 is being by hearted. All right. 129. प्रभु प्रसाद सुचि सुभग सुबासा सादर जासु लहई नितनासा तुमहि निवेदित भोजन करही प्रभु प्रसाद पट भूषण धरही शीस नवहि सुर गुरु द्विज देखी प्रीति सहित करि विनय विशेषी करनित करहि राम पद पूजा राम भरोस हृदय नहीं दूजा चरण राम तीरथ चली जाहि राम बसहु तिनके मन माहि मंत्र राजुनित अप जपहि तुम्हारा पूजहि तुमहि सहित परिवारा तरपन होम कहहि विधि नाना विप्रजेवाई देहि बहुदाना तुमते अधिक गुरहि जिय जानी सकल भाय सेवहि सनमानी सबु करि मागहि एक फल राम चरण रति हो तिनके मन मंदिर बसहु सिय रघुनंदन दोउ सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. We saw Prabhu Prasada Suchi Subhaga Subasu as a prasada from the Bhagavan. Sadara Jasulahai Nitanasa Subasa Nasa. Through the nose, when we light up all the dhupa, agarbatti, etc., etc., and then when the place is so fragrant, it is also a place where Bhagavan has to stay. Therefore, it is made so beautiful. And the one who keeps his beautiful house with the presence of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji and makes it a beautiful place to stay. To such a person, hey Rama, you have to stay there in the heart which has such wonderful feeling for you. Tumahi nibedita bhojana karahi. The one who offers everything as an offering at your feet, hey Bhagavan, as naivedya, tuma nibedita bhojana karahi. Please have it. And Prabhu Prasada Patha Bhushana Darahi. He says, those who wear beautiful attire, wonderful ornaments, etc., etc., with the thought of Bhagavan being in his heart. Yesterday we made a very strong mention. When you go to the temple, go beautifully. For Tom, Dick and Harry, who has nothing to do in our life, for some crazy people who are very, conscious of the physical body which actually stinks, because to cover that stink they put all perfumes, etc. For such people, you decorate yourself and go. And for that Antaryami, Bhagavan, who is there in you, why can't you go to the temple beautifully? We go like bhikari. Think, the one who respects you. That doesn't mean that you should not go beautifully to marriages and upanayana, etc., etc. Please, enjoy that pleasure. Give that pleasure to others also. No doubt about it. But why ignore Bhagavan? Why ignore temple and go there like a bhikari? with torn clothes, faded clothes, nighties and bermudas. It only exhibits disrespect to Bhagavan. Please. When you go beautifully, decked up in the sense what? Neatly. Decked up has got very many meanings also. Lot of painting, colorful painting on the face, etc., etc. And then too many gaudy ornaments. No. Go beautifully, go neatly. In such a fashion that Bhagavan feels, oh, so beautiful, this person has come to my temple, and he feels glad. That Bhagavan feeling glad is a blessing for us. Therefore, look at that. Preeti Sahita Kari Binaya Biseshi. No. Tumahi Nibedita Bhojana Karahi Prabhu Prasada Pataphushana Darahi. And then he said, Seesanavahi. This is where we were seeing yesterday. Bend the head down. The one who does namaskara, who offers himself at the feet of Bhagavan. Very many people, yesterday I mentioned, they don't bend their head. They're very strong. Ahankara they have. Why should I bend? I am earning 2 lakhs a month. This sannyasi is coming to me for bhiksha, for money and all. Why should I bend to him? Like, there are people, it is not an exaggeration, please. And each one have got their own ahankara, including the one who is speaking. All of us have got so much of ahankara. But if we can understand, it is this ahankara which is a hindrance between me and the joy which I am asking for, then we will surrender. Think. Preeti Sahita, with love, with devotion, with an attitude of surrender, Kari Vinaya Biseshi, one who becomes humble, Vinamrata. Viseshi, that becomes prime important for him. And there are some people who won't bend down to Bhagavan, or especially Guru, people don't bend. Why? He is also a normal human being. He is wearing a cloth, that's all. Such people, they have to bend down to 1 or 2 people somewhere. Example, barber. When the barber says bend down, he has to bend down. Otherwise, his hair will not be cut properly. Is it not? Another one is photographer. When the photographer comes and clicks, he says, Sir, salpa, little, you bring down your head. Then you will happily know why? I am seen. So 2 cases where you are forcefully made to bend your head. But such a great blessings you will get from Bhagavan, from the Gurus, when you bend in front of them. Valmiki ji says, in case there is such a person who bends down, not because of anything, but in spite of everything, because of his humility, because of love, if he bends down, that is a place where the heart is waiting for you. You should go and stay there, Hey Rama. Karanita karahi Rama pada puja. Whose hands? Kara. Nita Ramapada Puja Karahi. The one who daily and always worship the feet of Ramchandraji. You, O Lord Rama, he is also a person who deserves to have you in his heart. Rama Bharosa Hridaya Nahi Duja. Now see, very, very, very important point. Please be very attentive. Rama Bharosa Hridaya Nahi Duja. In his Hridaya, in his heart, Rama Bharosa, faith, trust, unconditional faith, unconditional trust he has, and not in any other thing. Nahi Duja. In no other thing he has trust and faith. He has faith in Bhagavan Ramchandraji's feet. That is very, very difficult. In fact, all these houses what we are talking of, all of them are not so easy because of our habits. You remember yesterday I talked about habit, HABIT. Because of the habits, our mind wanders from things to beings and goes behind whims and fancies. And such a mind, even if you sit, it is so difficult for him to sit always. Many people come to us and tell, Swamiji, I am generally very comfortable. I have no problem. I have no issues. I have no suffering or pain or disturbance. Anything. But one issue is, whenever I sit for meditation, oh God, 12,34,567.89 thoughts come and persecute me. I am unable to sit for meditation, and 5 minutes also I am unable to sit. After 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, I just cannot tolerate. I get up and go away. The moment I get up and go away, my mind is relaxed. Think. Look at the power of the force of habits. Tell me, how many habits we all of us have? So many habits, good, bad, indifferent. So many habits. Is it not? And these habits constantly persecute our mind, and our mind is unable to focus into a particular field of activity towards a particular Ishtadevata. Think. Why? Because my priority has been all those habits, and my priority was not on meditation. My priority was not on thinking of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. Therefore, to grow over that, I must have trust in Ramchandraji. All of us have got belief. Belief is something else, trust is something else. We need to be very careful on this issue. Rama bharosa hridaya nahi dujam. This is otherwise called ananya bhakti. Ananyata, anyata, different. Ananyata, no different. Meaning, I have my mind at the feet of Ramchandraji only, and I have no other this one, I am just at his feet. I have no other thoughts. Anyatha sharanam nasti tvameva sharanam mama tasmat karunya. I am now surrendered, O Rama. I have no individuality of my own. I cannot protect myself. You only have to protect. Therefore, tasmat karunya bhavena, with all love and with all compassion, which you are. Raksha Raksha Ramachandra, please protect me. Thus, we chant the mantra, no doubt. How far do we mean that mantra? Is always questionable, is it not? We think we are devotees. Please be attentive. We think we are devotees. We think we have devotion. We think he is my Lord. We think I am a devotee. We only keep thinking, but what we are is totally different. Think. Narada Bhakti Sutra says, Ananyata is Anyashrayanam Tyagaha, where I give up Ashaya with all and sundry government, people, parents, in-laws, outlaws, okay, or not outlaws. All these people whom I was dependent, I have given up. I have surrendered. You know what? Like a small baby in a cradle. This is an example which I often give. In a cradle, that small baby, it cannot speak, it cannot communicate. All it does is, it opens its hands, it spreads its legs and cries. Mother, wherever she is, she comes running towards the baby, takes the baby, consoles the baby, and then feeds the baby. Think. In case of babies, in this particular example, it is acceptable. Now don't go home and say, and then you cry when you are 23 years old or plus or little minus, and then mother will come running with a lathi. Why? In this case, you can go and eat. When I gave you, you never wanted. I will eat later. Many, many children, many youth in particular have got this very, very wrong, habit. When mother comes and wants to feed, I don't want now, don't disturb me. I'll have later when I want. You go. Very, very wrong attitude. Mother is equivalent to Bhagavan. If you reject the mother's thinking, you will have to pay a price for it. In the case of this one, okay. Now somebody may say, oh, Swamiji, that means if I totally surrender, Bhagavan will take care. Yes, he will take care. How? Now from today, I will not eat of myself. Let Bhagavan only come and feed me. That is foolishness. Bhagavan will say, okay, that means you don't deserve the food today. Remember that statement? You may never get what you desire, but you can never escape from what you deserve. If you don't take the food which a mother or wife or anybody has given you, quietly sit down and eat. Don't make a big galata. Why? Physical dependence is one aspect of life. Food. When you are feeling very cold, let us say you stay in cold Pradeshas, Himachal Pradesh for example. I had been to even Nepal, I had been to Muktinath, where it was minus 14 or even 17 degrees when I went. There, no, I am going to see Bhagavan. Bhagavan, if I surrender completely, you will take care. Now you take care of my body. You will be in the nearest hospital. There are certain things which we have to take care. Physically, I have to eat proper food. I must have warm clothing when it is hot. Or rather it is cold. Is it not? All that we have to take care. And there is some psychological dependency also. What is that? Sense of insecurity. Very many of us have got the sense of insecurity, physical insecurity, emotional insecurity, intellectual insecurity, all the more financial insecurity. Yappa. How much of insecurities we have? There I need to work and make myself clear. That also comes with the blessings of Bhagavan. Please note, these are two important points. What is that? One is called Prarabdha and the other one is called Purushartha. Bhagavan will bless somebody who takes care of himself. There is some statement similar. Bhagavan takes care of somebody who takes care of himself properly. Then why should Bhagavan come? If I can take care of him, why should Bhagavan come? At the time of difficulties, Bhagavan will protect you. This faith one must have. So, physical dependency, psychological dependency, one must make the best of it and then take care. When there is an event of some calamity, some problem, then in case you had done your Purushartha properly, Prarabdha will come to your support, please. If Purushartha is not done, Bhagavan will say, if you don't care for yourself, why should I care for you? He will go. Why? He has got so many people who are crying to take care. So, point number one, you must have absolute trust in Bhagavan. Point number two, minimum physical dependencies, whatever is required, you must take care of yourself. Psychologically, you equip yourself. Be strong, be bold, be brave. Intellectually, gain the knowledge. All these things you have to do. When the problem then arises, Bhagavan will come and take care of you. Nobody else will take care of you, please. If at all you say, no, Bhagavan did not come, my neighbor came. Bhagavan came in the form of your neighbor. That trust you must have. Then, many people have everything in their life. They have a good house, they have beautiful furnitures, excellent gadgets, huge TV, etc. All of them. Wonderful wife, very devoted, very loving, caring wife is there. Maybe two or three children who are also very loving and caring, good in their, lifestyle. Still people feel insecure. Because there is no trust. Because there is no faith in Bhagavan. They chant Bhagavad Gita, Name Bhaktah Pranashyati Kaunteya Pratijanihi. They may chant, but they have no faith. Think. Mayyeva manadhatsva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyasi mayyeva, atha urdhvam na samshaya. What more declaration we want? Straight from the Krishna's mouth. Urdhvam na samshaya. But conditions apply. Think. What is that? Mayyeva manadhatsva, mayi buddhim niveshaya. Very strong conditions. Even in our common normal life, if only we can take care of ourselves very well with a complete surrender at the feet of Bhagavan, then Bhagavan will come. He will leave everything and come. That is why, you remember on the other day we had mentioned about that Subhashita. Shatam vihaya bhoktavyam. You can give up 100 things, sit and eat. Bhoktavyam. Sahasram snanamacharya. Thousands of things you can give. But you should first take snanam. Laksham vihaya datavyam. You give up lakhs of work, but first give. The moment you have that thought, when the thought arises that you want to give it immediately. No guarantee that you will live ahead. When you will die, nobody knows. When the thought comes, give it. Laksham vihaya datavyam. And then the Subhashita ends by saying, Sarvam tyaktva harim bhajet. Give up everything and think of Hari. You must understand it in the right perspective. So tomorrow onwards, I will not go for work. Swamiji, thank you. I am not going to go to college, school. I will sit in front of a Rama and then go on singing Ram Bhajan. Then it is a problem. It is all in our mind, in our heart. When I trust Bhagavan completely, Bhagavan will entrust himself to you in your heart. चरण राम तीरथ चली जाही, राम बसहु तिन के मन माही. One who takes Bhagavan's feet as the ultimate abode and takes his or her own feet to the holy places, Tirtha Yatra of all places of Rama or places of Shiva. We have 12 Jyotirlinga. Very, very sacred places are there. And now recently we concluded the Kumbh Mela at Prayagraj, confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Guptagamini, Saraswati. One who takes to those places. And there are people who go for yatra in the same route where Ramchandraji had walked. Wonderful exercise. Physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. One can do. Therefore, he says, whose feet take them to the holy places. And, Guruji, Swamiji very beautifully said, the feet goes to, what is that? Drinking booth optimistically. The feet takes people to the drinking booth optimistically. But when they come out of the booth, they are misty optically. They can't even see properly what is happening. For that they run to the booth. My God, the way they go. Valmiki ji says, whose feet takes them towards your abode. Hey Rama, you should be in them and guide them properly. How beautiful. Mantra Rajunita Japahi Tumara. Those people who are ever engaged in taking Ramanama Japa. A very, very important point, very beautiful point. Here in our ashram, I don't know if you could hear, I don't think you could hear. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Continuously it goes on, Rama mantra. For the past almost 18 years it has been, 18 or even 20 years it has been going. Going on, wherever I am, it is there. From the ashram, 24/7, it goes on. There were people, some acharyas also, who came and told me, why don't you put it off in the evening, night at least, let Rama sleep properly. Rama will sleep more happily. There's a very beautiful song in Kannada. Rama mantrava japiso manuja, Rama mantrava japiso. ಆ ಮಂತ್ರ ಈ ಮಂತ್ರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿ ನೀ ಕೆಡಬೇಡ, ಆ ಮಂತ್ರ ಈ ಮಂತ್ರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿ ನೀ ಕೆಡಬೇಡ. ಸೋಮಶೇಖರ ತನ್ನ ಸತಿಗೆ ಪೇಳಿದ ಮಂತ್ರ, ರಾಮ ಮಂತ್ರವ ಜಪಿಸೋ ಹೇ ಮಾನುಜ, ರಾಮ ಮಂತ್ರವ ಜಪಿಸೋ. ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಸಾಂಗ್. Hey Manuja, Ramam, please chant Rama mantra. Very many people take their mala. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram. Some people go very, your Rama will get scared. It should be chanted with love, joy. No, Swamiji, I have no time, I have to go. Then better don't do it. Go, finish everything, come back and peacefully sit down. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Japa. What is the function of the speech? The japa is the function of the speech, tongue. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Function of the speech. Then you have the nature of the japa. What is the nature of japa? Repetition of the same nama japa. This is japa. Singing is different. Nama Sankirtana, it's different. But japa is just taking the Rama japa. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Continuously focus the mind. Bring the mind from where all it has got distracted. Collect the mind. Put the mind together. Compose that mind. And slowly channelize the mind to a particular direction, to a particular destination, Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji's feet. It helps. Japa is such a beautiful technique. I remember my grandmother. I was a small boy, fourth standard or something like that. I was to go to school for giving my final exam. We have that culture from our childhood. My parents have given all of us, me and my siblings, one culture. What is that? Early morning, apply vibhuti, go fall at the feet of the. Fall at the feet means what? You offer your prostrations at the feet of the parents, and then my grandmother also, and then go to school. This was a culture which we had. When I went to my grandmother, I did namaskaram. You know what she said? Go to school. When you go to your particular place where is earmarked for you to sit, check the number properly. Roll number. Whether that seat belongs to you only or don't go and sit in somebody's place. Check the number. Check your roll number in the hall ticket. And then sit. Once you sit down, there might be a little noise, don't bother. Slowly close your eyes. Chant 11 times. She was a Shiva Bhakta. She said, Om Namah Shivaya 11 times. At that time, don't get distracted. Om Namah Shivaya. Don't chant loudly. People may get distracted. Chant within your mind. Om Namah Shivaya. 11 times you chant. You must keep your time available for that. Therefore, go early. Chant, and then you start writing your exam. You will do it very well. Let me tell you, I was very doubtful about a particular exam. I won't tell you what it is, secret. But the moment I tell you, when she told me and I chanted, when I started writing, this is my own personal experience. When I started writing, I could remember everything. Why? Because through that japa, I have quietened the mind. That mind which is quiet is able to recollect everything properly. Param Puja Gurudev would always say, and I always quote, quieter the mind, sharper the intellect. Think. In a confused mind, decision making or remembering is not possible. Even to remember Bhagavan and bring him to my heart is so difficult when my mind is so confused, distracted, agitated, disturbed. Is it not? Therefore, japa is such a beautiful thing. The repetition of the mantra, which is the nature of japa, will definitely calm down that mind, and a calm, collected, composed, quiet mind is a beautiful platform, and the intelligence which is sharper at that period of time will be able to draw all that what I have studied earlier at the time of my examination. This is my personal experience. And that is the power of japa. So nature of japa is what? Repetition of the mantra. Then we have purpose of a japa. What is the purpose of a japa? Normally, regularly, in every single person, whoever he may be, mind is never with him unless one has, tuned the mind, tamed the mind. Think. Trained the mind, which is very rare. That is why Santa Purushas, those sages and saints, are so very, revered and respected. Why? They have controlled their mind. They have brought their mind under their control. They are not under the control of the mind. And japa is such a beautiful technique by which, what is the purpose? To bring the mind single pointed. Now it is multi-directional. Now it becomes single pointed to take care of my own activity. And this making the mind single pointed is other way called purification of the mind. A distracted mind is a contaminated mind. A contaminated mind cannot focus in any field of activity, leave alone bhakti or dhyanam. Therefore, to get the hang, to get the hold, to get the mind under my control, japa is a fantastic technique. Think. Every shastra, be it in our Sanatana Dharma or any other religion also, the mind control is very, very, very primordial teaching. And japa is one of the most wonderful time-tested technique for bringing the mind together. Think. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Don't have to rush. You don't have to count. It is helpful in the beginning stage. In the initial stage, it helps. Definitely it helps. Otherwise, if you don't have the proper counting, initially it is, oh, I think I have done enough. The mind will run away. Why? It wants to run away. You can sit for 3 hours and watch a movie undistracted. You can sit and watch for 7 hours Champions Trophy cricket match. But you can't sit for 3 minutes in front of Bhagavan and focus the mind on Bhagavan. Why? Habit. That is why Bhagavad Gita says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Abhyasa, practice makes man perfect, woman included. Vairagyena cha, giving up all other thoughts which are disturbing, distracting. Sit quietly. Early morning is always preferred. Any time is fine, but early morning is preferred. Why? You have had a beautiful sleep. The mind has come quiet. Right time to take up japa. Take the mala, 108 beads or 54 beads. You take Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Or any of your Ishtadevata mantra. Here, because we are talking of Ramayana, Rama becomes a hero here. Therefore, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You can take your own Ishta Devatas mantra, but do it. Because it is a fantastic tool to withdraw the mind and channelize it in a particular direction. Think, function of the speech, japa. Nature of the speech of japa is repetition. The purpose of japa is what? Single pointed, bringing the mind together, single pointed. And that is the purity of the mind. And with that purity of the mind alone, we can reach the higher. Hey Rama, the one who is thus well controlled. Hey Rama, you should stay there in his heart, and he will be so happy, so delighted to have you in his heart, because his heart is empty, vacancy is there. And all others people, no vacancy for eternity. Why? Because go on thinking about things and beings. Here is a person who is sitting and doing japa, whose mind is pure, his heart is available. Hey Rama, go and sit there. Think. Finally, you will find all that are pointed towards one, my heart. Heart is the only house, but you can reach that heart through any ways you want. 14 houses. Think. Pujahi tumahi sahita parivara. Very, very, very powerful and very beautiful statement. Hey Rama, you should go to that house. What is that house? Heart of your devotee who worship you along with parivara sahita, along with the parivara, as a family. We have today completely, first of all, we don't have time for Bhagavan. We are so busy. That is why it is called busy. In Kannada, busy means very hot. And that which is hot will not give you quietude, will not give you joy. That which is cool will give you quietude of the mind. Now see, when we are so busy, father is available one time, mother is available another time, children are not at all available, and grandmothers, they don't know what to do, they keep sleeping. Think. A very completely distracted family can never find peace and happiness. That is why it is said, here is a person who worships you along with the parivara. Pujahi tumahi sahita parivara. Sahita parivara, with the whole family. When somebody, worships Bhagavan, you, O Lord Rama, and one is he worships you and your parivara. Hey Rama, this is called Rama Parivara. Hope you know. The one who worships you and your parivara is one meaning, Sahita parivara. Another meaning, the one who worships you along with his parivara. Samashti puja is very, 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 very strong. That is why I would like to take the name of my grandmother. She would say in the evening we go play, and after the school and all go eat something, go play and all come. The rule of the house, 6:15 you must be here. You can't go anywhere, play anywhere. 6:15 you must be inside. If you don't come at my grandmother had a rule. If you don't come at 6:15, you will not be given dinner that day. 6:10 we were there. Fear. And my grandmother was very strict. She would do it also. 2-3 times I have missed dinner. Think. And once I come, then she would say, go wash your limbs, wash your face, apply vibhuti, and come and sit here, all of you. I had 3 sisters. All of us would come and sit in a line. My grandmother would come and sit. My mother also was made to sit there. My father would come a little late sometimes. Sit. And then you all would chant the Kandar Sashti Kavacham. We would chant. And once that is done, then it is not her responsibility. She will go into puja room. Then my mother will take charge. By the time my father would come, my father also would take charge for our studying. And in my case, my sister would take charge. And then whatever we do, we may do. 8:30 dinner time. All of us must be there. And we have to sit down only. Eat with hand only. So many rules. But then all of them bring in such a beautiful culture. That family bond. That is why it is said, the family that prays together stays together. I repeat this sentence, please be very attentive. A family that prays together stays together. In our case, it is different. Family which prays, P-R-E-Y, which prays together, also stays together in the jail. Think. Prayer is such a beautiful activity which we must do it, and we must do it preferably with the family. Think. And today it is all the more possible. No, Swamiji, my son is in America, my daughter is in Australia, my another sister is in Japan. Today the internet has again brought the net together. We can do it. It doesn't mean that you always have to sit together. Yes, if you are together in one house, you must sit together. No question there. Even if you are not in one house, you may be in Mumbai, you may be in Chennai, somebody may be in Delhi, somebody may be in Kolkata. You can always connect at that particular time. Make a decision, make a sankalpa. Sit. Online you get connected. Chant. Sing. How beautiful it would be, Again, Pujahitamahi Sahita Parivara. Very important. Another beautiful house for you to stay, O Rama. Tarapana Homa Karahi Vidhinana. One who offers Tarpana. One who performs Homa, Havana. And with all, purity of heart, then you must stay. And it is said in our Sanatana Dharma, one should perform. Let us say you perform 100,000 japa. Then the Shastra say 10% of that you must do tarpana. 10% of 100,000 is what? 10,000 per year, let us say. One time frame is given. For some people it is lifetime only, because they hardly sit down and do. 1 lakh japa you are doing, 10,000 tarpana you have to do. And 10% of that 10 tarpana, 1,000, you must do homa havana. Tarpayami, they say during the Sandhya Vandana also we have tarpayami. isn't it? And Homa Havana, Agnaye Idanna Mama, Agnaye Swaha, Varunaye Idanna Mama, Varunaya Swaha, Brihaspataye Idanna Mama, Brihaspataye Swaha. Agnihotra has to be done. Think. And it is said 1/10 of that, 1000 Homa Hamana, 1/10 of that, 100 people, Brahmana Bhojana you have to give. You will see that. You have to give Bhojana to at least 100 Brahmana. And one may say, Swamiji, I can't afford, how can I do? Doesn't matter. If 100 people you cannot feed, at least one person who is a sincere Brahmana, Dvija, the one who is following the rules, who has the knowledge, who is a Sattvika Brahmana, one person, offer him good food with bhakti, with reference, with prema sahita. You offer him food, and after that, yatha shakti, yatha priti, one dakshina has to be given. This is one sampradaya. Dakshina has to be given. Sannyasis need not worry. Brahmacharis, Vanaprasthis, Sannyasis need not worry. But this rule is majorly for Grihasthashramis. Very important. You give dakshina. That is one of the most important activity of a jiva. One has to do. Viprajevai dehi bahudana. And then you give lot of, dana, gifts. Liberal gifts. To what? To Brahmanas. When I say liberal gifts, I don't have to explain much. You know. What is generally given to a Brahmana, you give that happily. Liberally also means happily. Ayyo, what to do? Take, go. Takandogi. No. With love, with joy. One has to give. And then the next two lines are extremely important, which we will take up tomorrow. Alright. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।